Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi has met Algeria's Prime Minister Ayman bin Abdulrahman in Cairo, reaffirming the strategic partnership between the two nations. Both sides discussed expanding cooperation in sectors including energy, industry, education and technology, and welcomed progress from the recent Egyptian-Algerian Joint Committee meetings. President Sisi stressed Egypt's ongoing efforts to implement the Gaza ceasefire, ensure humanitarian aid access and prepare for reconstruction, noting plans for an international conference on Gaza's recovery. The two leaders also underscored the need to hold violations in the West Bank and to maintain coordination on broader regional developments. Egypt's President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi has met Eni CEO Claudia Descalzi as the Italian energy firm signaled plans for $8 billion of new investments in Egypt over 5 years. The presidency said President el-Sisi welcomed Descalzi and the presidency of Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and Petroleum Minister Karim Badawi, praising cooperation with Eni, which contributes around 40% of Egypt's natural gas production. El-Sisi also commended the company's community support through development projects. Descalzi, for his part, welcomed Egypt's step to facilitate investment and reiterated Eni's commitment to expanding its role in the energy market. He said the company, with partners, plans to inject $8 billion over the next 5 years to develop existing fields and expand exploration. Egypt has launched its 80th humanitarian aid convoy to Gaza, carrying 2,050 tons of urgent food, medical relief and winter supplies, including more than 180,000 blankets, around 80,000 winter clothing items, and over 12,000 tents. The shipment also includes more than 7,700 tons of food baskets and flour, over 3,000 tons of essential medical and relief supplies, and over 1,500 tons of petroleum products. The convoy is part of the Zaid al-Izza from Egypt to Gaza initiative that Egypt launched on the 27th of July to accelerate the entry of emergency humanitarian aid to the war-torn territory. The United Nations Human Rights Office has reported that at least 127 civilians have been killed in Lebanon in Israeli strikes since a ceasefire nearly a year ago and called for prompt investigations. Tahmin al-Khatin, spokesperson for the UN Human Rights Office, highlighted a recent strike on the Ain al-Hilwa, a Palestinian refugee camp near Sidon, that killed at least 13 civilians, including 11 children, and called for all incidents of possible violations of international humanitarian law to be investigated and those responsible held accountable. The commander of the U.S. Army Europe and Africa, General Christopher Danihu, has announced that a new system to shoot down drones recently tested with Romanian and NATO troops will soon be deployed to Romania. The announcement followed the Russian drone incursion, the deepest into Romania's airspace since 2022, prompting Romanian and German jets to scramble. Drone fragments without explosives were found on Romanian territory. The hosting a growing U.S. presence is being developed into NATO's largest military base in Europe amidst rising tension on the alliance's eastern flank. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has said that the United Kingdom is committed to supporting Ukraine and pushing forward efforts for a ceasefire and lasting peace. Starmer said he had held detailed discussions with allies, including US President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, stressing the importance of ending the suffering caused by the war. He described progress on the 28-point US peace plan, noting it includes key security guarantees and that work continues to refine the proposal. Highlighting Ukrainians' ongoing defense, Starmer emphasized the country deserved international support and assistance, noting that Russian actions threaten not only Ukraine but broader security and economic stability.